Right, so we begin the Pearson's Edexcel GCSE Mathematics Paper 3 Calculator Foundation Exam from 2017 summer. So question 1. The table shows the lengths of 5 rivers. Here are your rivers and there's the lengths. So write down the rivers in order of length. Start with the shortest river. So essentially your task here is just to read off the graph. I'm just gonna so start with 1 and then 2 and then 3, 4 and 5. So if you write it out, it would be Don, B, Mersey, Trent, Thames, and then it would be 7. Amy says the River Thames is more than 3 times as long as the River Don. So show that Amy is correct. So the River Don is 112. Times that by 3, you get 336. And so the River Thames is 346. So Thames is 346. So it's more than 3 times larger. Yep, so Amy is correct. Question 2. So cups are sold in packs and boxes. There are 12 cups in each pack and there are 18 cups in each box. Alison buys P packs of cups and B boxes of cups. Write down an expression in terms of P and B for the total number of cups Alison buys. So you get 12 cups in each pack, so 12p, and then you get 18 cups in the boxes. So it will be 12p plus 18b. Question 3. Here are 4 digits. Write down the smallest possible 2-digit number that can be made with 2 of the digits. So we take the smallest tens, so that's 1, and then the smallest unit, so that's 5. So write down the 3-digit number closest to 200 that can be made with 3 of the digits. So we're going to use 1 as the hundredths. I guess 9 would be the next one as the tens, and then 6 as the unit. Question 4. So 4/5 of a number is 32. Find the number. So what that says is essentially we have 4/5 times x, which is the number we're looking for, equals 32. So what we could do is multiply by actually let's divide first. So let's divide, because then that would mean if we divide we'd get a smaller number here. Divide by 4. Do the same thing there, divide by 4. So we get 8, and on this side 1 of 5 x, and then here I'll times by 5 then. Times by 5. Times by 5. So we get 40 equals x. So x equals 40. Right, so question 5. A path is made up of white tiles and grey tiles. A quarter of the tiles are white. Write down the ratio of white tiles to grey tiles. So a quarter of the tiles are white. So I'm just going to put W there. And then we want to know the grey tiles. So essentially what we know here is that a quarter, so 1 for every 4 is white. So that means there are 4 parts. 1 is white. Well, then the case is going to mean that 3 out of 4 are going to be grey. So that means 3 are grey. So we have the ratio 1 to 3. So work out the number of grey tiles. So there's a total of 56 tiles, and work out the number of grey tiles. So therefore, if there's 56 altogether, let's divide that by 4. So we'll get 14. So that we know that 1 part equates to 14 tiles. So that means that there's going to be 3 parts of grey tiles, which is essentially 14 times 3, which gives us 42. Brilliant. Question 6. So here's a list of numbers. And Bridget says, what does Bridget say? To work out the median, you find the middle number, so the median of these numbers is 17. Bridget's answer is not correct. What is wrong with Bridget's method? To work out the median, you find the middle. Oh, because essentially the numbers are not in order. Are not in order. And when we say order, we mean ascending order. So in this case, it would have to go up. So we start with 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 19, 22, and then it would be 15. It doesn't ask us to do that, but just good to know. Work out the range of the numbers in the list. So the range is going to be, so the largest subtracted from the smallest. So that will give us 22 subtract 12 gives us 10. Work out the mean of the numbers in the list. So the mean is going to be, so the sum of x divided by n. So if you sum up all the numbers above and then you divide by the number of numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so there are 7, and you divide by the total number, you will get 16 as your answer. Question 7. Pretty is going to have a meal. She has chosen one starter and one main course from the menu. Write down all the possible combinations Pretty can choose. Okay, well, I guess you can have this with that, this with that, this with that, and then she can have this with that, this with that, this with that. Or she can have melon with pasta, although that's not a choice I'd want. Melon with rice, melon with burger. So let's write them all out. So I'm just going to put m plus p, m plus r, m plus b. And then, just for the sake of color coordinating, I'm just gonna F plus P, F plus R, F plus B, and then S plus P, S plus R, then S plus B. Question 8. So Joanne wants to buy a dishwasher. The dishwasher costs £372. Joanne will pay a deposit of £36. She will then pay the rest of the cost in 4 equal monthly payments. How much is each monthly payment? Well, we know 372 subtracted by 36, so we get 336. And then 336 divided by 4, because she has to pay in 4 equal monthly payments, which gives us 84. So the answer is £84. Davos is a cleaner. The table shows information about the time it will take him to clean each of the 4 rooms in a house. Davos wants to clean all 4 rooms in one day. He will have breaks for a total of 75 minutes. Davos is going to start cleaning at 9 a.m. Will he finish cleaning by 4 p.m? You must show all your working out. Okay, so let's turn this into minutes. So 2 hours equals 120 minutes. This is 100 minutes. 90 minutes. And then 45 minutes, of course. And then I want to add all of this, and it gives me 355 minutes. Now I know that I'm gonna have a break. Davos is gonna have a break of totaling 75. So 355 plus 75 equals 430 minutes. Now I know that this is how long it's going to take. So if I divide this by 60, that will give me the answer in hours. So that's going to be 7.16 hours, which equates to 7 hours and 10 minutes. So if Davos starts at 9 a.m, works 7 hours and 10 minutes, well then 7 hours after 9 a.m. is 4 p.m. and remember we've got the additional 10 minutes, so that means, so this is 7 hours, so 7 hours plus 10 minutes means 9 a.m. till 4:10 p.m. So no, Davos will not finish by 4 p.m. Sorry, Davos. Okay, ABC is a straight line. The length of AB is 5 times the length of BC. So AC is 90, so work out the length. Alright, so we know that AB is 5 times C. 5 times the length of C. So let's say, okay, so AB equals 5 times BC. Now that means that if we say that BC's length is X, then that means that AB's length is going to be 5x, right? So, because 5 times bigger, so we know there's going to be 6 parts. So the length is 6x, 6 parts. So we know that it's going to be 90 centimeters from A to C. And we know that it's going to be 6x. So 90 divided by 6 gives us x, which equals 15. So we know that each part is 15. So 15, so AB is 15 times by 5, which gives us 75. Brilliant. So question 11 is t equals 4v plus 3. Work out the value of t when v equals 2. So it's just a case of substituting in your value of v. So t equals 4 times by 2 plus 3. So that's 8 plus 3 gives 11. Make v the subject of the formula. So we want to essentially have something that looks like this, v equals ... So to do that, well, let's first take this 3 to the other side, becomes a negative. So we get t plus 3 equals 4v. And then we've got this 4 here. And what we can do is divide by 4. Divide by 4. So t plus 3 by 4 equals v. So v equals t plus 3 over 4. Question 12. So it says the diagram shows a cube of side length 2 centimeters. You can clearly see that there. It's a cube, so all the other sides not marked are going to be 2 centimeters. Vera says the volume of any solid made with 6 of these cubes is 48 centimeters. So is Vera correct? You must show you're working out. Right, so the volume of this, so volume for the cube is length times width times height. So 2 times 2 times 2, which is 8 centimeters cubed. And she says that the volume of any solid made with 6 of these cubes is 48 centimeters. So 48 divided by 8 gives us 6. So yep, she's right. So yes, Vera is correct. Well done, Vera. And B, so draw a cuboid that can be made with 6 of these cubes. Write the dimension of the cuboid in your diagram. There are a few different options you could have. So let's say we put all the cubes side by side. So we could have, excuse my drawing, I did not do art for GCSEs or A level. Okay, that's terrible. Let me draw that again. So something that looks like this, and so you'd have 6 cubes. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, that's 4, and then that's 5 and 6. And then just imagine they're all same length, 2, 2, 2, 2, which would give them 12. And then obviously you'd have 2 on the height and 2 on the width. Or you could do it in a different way, where you could have something that looks like this. So you could have 6 centimeters. So that's 1, that's 2 cubes. And then you could have 4 here, centimeters, and then the height is 2 centimeters. So essentially you've got, please excuse the drawing, it looks terrible, I know, but anyway, so you get the idea. Work out the surface area of your cuboid. So I'm gonna go with this one. So the front and the back. So the front and is 2 times 2 equals 4 centimeters square, and there's 2 of them. So that's the front first, and then the side. So the side is 12 and 2. So let's do 2 times 12, 24 centimeters squared. So 2 and times 4 plus 4, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4. 104. So 104. If you use this as well, you could you would get a different answer. You could see, if you work out, that you'll get 87 centimeters squared. So question 13, it says the size of the largest angle in a triangle is 4 times the size of the smallest angle. The other angle is 27 degrees less than the largest. Work out in degrees the size of each angle in the triangle you must show you're working out. Oof, that's a bit of a mouthful. Okay, so the size of the largest angle in a triangle is 4 times the size of the smallest. So you've got x, I'm just going to use x and 4x. So this is the largest, and this is the smallest. Okay, the other angle is 27 less than the largest angle. So 4x, oh, sorry, I should do 4x minus 27. So that's the other angle. So let's add them up all together. So x plus 4x plus 4x minus 27. So collect like terms. So 9x minus 27. Now we know this is going to equal 180. So we can take this to the other side, it becomes plus 27. So I have 9x equals 207. So I'll just come up here. So then x, if you divide by 9 on both sides, gives 23. So the smallest one is 23. And we know that the largest one, 4x, so 4 times 23 is 92. And then 92, take away 27, which equals 65. Question 14. Andy went on holiday to Canada. His flight costs a total of $1,500. Andy stayed for 14 nights. His hotel room costs $196 per night. Sounds Canadian dollars. Andy used Wi-Fi for 12 days. Wi-Fi costs $5 per day. The exchange rate was $1.90 to £1. Work out the total cost of flights. The hotel room and the Wi-Fi, give your answer in pounds. So you got all your information there. So what do we have to consider? Okay, so work out the cost of flights, the hotel room and Wi-Fi. So give your answer in pounds. We know that this is already in pounds, so that's check. So we need to then convert everything else. So 14 times 196. Again, you've got a calculator, so you can do all of this. So you get $2,744. That's for the room. And then for the Wi-Fi, so 12 times by 5. So that gives you $60. And so if we add that up together, we get $2,804. So the exchange rate was $190 to £1. So 2,804 divided by 1.9. So that will give you, again using your calculator, 1,475.79 pence. So we add this with that. So 1,500 plus 1,475 and 79 pence will give you 2,975. Don't forget the 79 pence. So that's how much his total holiday cost. So if there were fewer dollars to £1, what effect would this have on the total in pounds of Andy's holiday? So it would cost more. And the reason for that is, so if there were fewer dollars to the pound, then this denominator will be smaller. So if you're dividing by a smaller number, then your answer will be much bigger. And so you'll be adding an answer, or summing, an answer from this here with 1,500 to give a much larger value. So it costs more essentially. Okay, number 15, Venn diagrams. So this means odd numbers less than 30. So everything else, A, 3, 9, 15, 21, 27, and B is 5, 15, 25. Complete the Venn diagram to represent the information. So we can start off with odd numbers less than 30. Okay, so let's do 1. 2, 3. Well, 3. So let's label this A and this B. So 3. So put it there. So 4, 5. So we've got 5 in B. 6, 7. So 7. 8, 9. 9 is in there. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Well, we've got 15 here, 15 there, so we put it in the union. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 21 there. 22, 23, 24, 25, we've got 25 there. 26, 27, we've got 27 there. 28, 29, and that's it. Brilliant. So a number is chosen at random from the universal set E. What is the probability that the number is in the set A or B? So A union B. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So altogether there are 15 values. So we chose, so the 7 from here and the 8 here. So 7 plus 8, 15. What's the probability the number is in the set A union B? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So has 7 values. So 7 over 15. Solve the simultaneous equations, number 16. I really enjoy simultaneous equations for some reason. So let's think about this. We could do either elimination or substitution. Okay, so let's do, looking at this, elimination. So let's call that 1, let's call that 2. So I'm going to say 1 subtract 2. So that means 3x minus 3x. Have y minus 4y. And then that equals minus 4 minus 6. Cancels. 5y equals minus 10. So y equals minus 2 because you divide by 5 on both sides. And then we can simply put the y, so sub y equals minus 2 into, say, 1, for example. So 3x minus 2 equals minus 4. Take that to the other side, becomes a positive 2. 3x equals, so minus 4 plus 2 is minus 2. So x equals minus 2 over 3. So we divide by 3. So that means, alright, it's in a different color, that x equals minus 2 over 3 and y equals minus 2. Number 17. So it says the table shows some information about the dress sizes of 25 women. Dress sizes and the frequency, so the number of women. Find the median dress size. So we can say, how many does this add up to? 10, 19, 25. So there's 25. So 2, 11, 19, and 25. And then it will be the middle. So the 12th number, so 12 between 12 and 13th number. So that number will be here. So that's the 11th one, and then it'll be 8. So the dress size, median dress size is 12. So 3 of the 25 women have a shoe size of 7. Zoe says that if you choose at random one of the 25 women, the probability that she has either a shoe size of 7 or a dress size of 14 is 9 over 25. Because 3 over 25 of the women have shoe size of 7 plus 6 over 25 equals 9 over 25. So, is Zoe correct? Give your reason for your answer. So, Zoe would not be correct, no. Because some of them might have shoe size 9 and dress size 14. So, no. So, some of them might have shoe size 9 and dress size 14. Brilliant. Question 18. Daniel bakes 420 cakes. He bakes only vanilla cakes, banana cakes, lemon cakes, and chocolate cakes. 2/7 of the cakes are vanilla cakes. 35% of the cakes are banana cakes. The ratio of the number of lemon cakes to the number of chocolate cakes is 4:5. Let's see if I can highlight some stuff as well. So 420 cakes, 2/7 of them are vanilla cakes, 35 of them are banana cakes, and the ratio of lemon cakes to chocolate cakes is 4:5. Work out the number of lemon cakes. Alright, so 2/7 of them are vanilla cakes. We know there's 420 in total, so 2 times 420 then divided by 7 gives 120, so that's vanilla cakes. And then it said 35% of the cakes are banana cakes, so I know that 35% I can write as 0.35 times 420, which equals 147 banana cakes. And so to find the lemon cakes, I'd say 420, which is the total, subtract 147, subtract 120, which gives 153. So I have, if you think about this, it says just lemon cakes. So the ratio of the number of lemon cakes, so let's say 153, to the ratio of chocolate cakes is 4:5. So divide this by 4, and then I can say, the number of lemon cakes and chocolate cakes is 153. Chocolate cakes. So there are 4 lemon and 5 chocolate. So that should be 9 because there's 9 parts, which gives us 17. And we know that L has 4 parts and chocolate has 5 parts. So it's going to be a simple case of 4 times 17 will give us the lemon, and then 5 times 17 will give us the chocolate. So this will give us 68. This will give us 85. So that means, since we wanted the lemon, answer is 68. Question 19. In the diagram, A, B, B, C, and C, D are 3 sides of a regular polygon P, and show that polygon P is a hexagon. You must show your working out. Okay, so we know that a regular 12-sided polygon is going to, if we think about this, so 360, which is divided by 12, is going to go as 30. So that is each exterior angle of 12 sided poly. And then we know that 180, which is the total degrees of a triangle or a line. So 180 take away 30 gives us 150. So that's the interior of, I'm going to put 12 SP. So I know that this is 150. I know because this is a square, this is 90 is a right angle, and I know that that x is going to be 360 minus 90 minus 150, the x, yeah. So that's going to be 120. So that's going to be 120. So the interior angle of P is 120. So that's the interior of 120. And the exterior angle of P is 180 minus 120. So this is the exterior of P. So that means that the exterior is going to be 60. So this implies that 360 divided by 60 gives you 6 hexagon, 6. So P has 6 sides. P is a hexagon. So just a recap. So we know that as a 12-sided polygon, if we divide it by 12, so we will know that the exterior angle of 12-sided polygon is 30. And then we know that the interior is going to be 180 minus 30, which is 150. And then it says x, which is the interior of the polygon P, is 360 minus the 90 minus the 150, which gives 120. And then we know that the exterior of P is going to be 180 minus 120, which is 60. And if we divide 360 by 60, we'll get equals to 6. So we know that P has 6 sides, and therefore P is a hexagon. Question 19. The density of apple juice is 1.05 grams per centimeters cubed. The density of fruit syrup is 1.4 grams per centimeters cubed. The density of carbonated water is 0.99 grams per centimeters cubed. 25 centimeters of apple juice are mixed with 15 centimeters of fruit syrup and 208 centimeters of carbonated water to make a drink with a volume of 320 centimeters cubed. Work out the density of the drink. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal places. Okay. So we've got, remember, the triangle: mass, density, and volume. So I have that triangle there. So apple mass is going to be 1.05 times 25, which gives us 26.25. Then fruit syrup mass equals 1.4 times 15, 21. carbonated water, which I'm not going to spell in full. Carbonated water, mass 0.99 times 280, which is 277.2. So the total mass, if we add those all up, is going to be 324.45. So the total volume is going to be 320. And so the density is going to be m divided by v. So that's going to be 324.45 divided by 320, which is 1.01 grams per centimeters cubed to decimal place. 0.01. Okay, next. So 21, show that these triangles are mathematically similar. Okay, so let's take, so if we say that, for instance, those are the angles. So 7.5 divided by 3 gives us 2.5. 10 divided by 4 is 2.5, and 12.5 divided by 5 equals 2.5. So all sides have the same scale factor. Okay, next question. Question 22. So complete the table complete the table values for y equals 6 over x. Okay. So basically we'd say 6 divided by 0.5 was 12. That's already been done for us. 6 divided by 1.5 is going to be 4. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 6 divided by 5, 1.2. 6 divided by 6 is 1. So on the grid below, draw the graph of the values. So let's just zoom out ever so slightly. A different color. So let's do this as follows. So I'm just gonna bring this up slightly. Okay, so we have on the y we've got 1, and then we've got 6. So that's the first one. Now because I'm using a graphic tablet, it's going to be a bit hard for me to be very precise, but essentially you're going to have coordinates 0.512, 1, 6, 1.54, 2, 3, 3, 2, 4, 1.5, 5, 1.2, and 6, 1. And you're going to mark very precisely, unlike what I've done there, but very precisely. So that's 1, 6. Okay, and then so on and so forth. So 5, 1.2. So it might be slightly futile for me to do it because it won't be very precise, but essentially you plot all of the points, and then here it's going to be 12. So just bear in mind that you have each of the squares here equates to 2. So 0.2, so this is 10.0.2, 10.4, 10.6, 10.8, and then 11. Whereas here, the squares equate to 0.1. So we've got 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4, 1.5, 1.6, 1.7, 0.8, 1.9, and 2, and so forth. So just be wary of that. But anyway, suffice to say, you draw it out and then you connect the curve. And then the final question. So Harley's house has a value of 160,000. Correct 2 significant figures, being the 1 and the 6. Write down the least possible value of the house. So if we draw something like this, so I'm just going to put 160k because I don't want to keep writing out the zeros and for space. So 170k, 150k. So you can have 165k, 155k. So write down, so the least possible value would be 155k. I mean here k represents 1000, so just be conscious of that. And write down the greatest possible value of the house. Well, it could be 165. I'll actually write it out properly here. We'll do the same for this. You don't want the examiner thinking, why did you put K? The value of Rita's house increased by 5%. Her house then had a value of 210,000. Work out the value of Rita's house before the increase. So her house went up by 5%, which is 105% of the new value. So if you divide this by 105, divide this by 105, you will get 1%. So you get 2,000, and then divide by 105, and then here you times by 100, which will give you 100%, which will give you 200,000. So the answer is 200,000. And that brings us to the end of the paper.